Basically, everything man-made is free. It's not easy to achieve, but it's still free, if that makes sense. Everything that you ever earned may seem valuable, but in fact, the opposite is true. Everything valuable in this world was given to you for free. Our minds, our bodies, our souls, family, friends, nature, love for animals, all of the expensive stuff like a new car or new shoes, a bike, a plane, a boat, etc. That's all cheap in compared to the real value in the universe. Don't be tricked by man-made creations into thinking that they are more valuable than what God gave us. You can have whatever the hell it is that you want, but you first must earn the right to be on its frequency. Basically, you must put in the effort, the cause, in order to create the effect. So that's what's so beautiful about some of the greatest minds out there, especially in my awareness, the ones that I've spent years studying and being curious about. You realize that at a certain point, money is no longer interesting. It's something to gauge value and progress, of course, but it's not something that is the true reason for creation of beneficial things to humankind. The true reason is to make life more evolved and more efficient for humans. At least the good people in the world, of course. With good comes evil, and that's a bummer. But it is what it is. Like writing a book is a cause, or creating this video and putting it on YouTube is a cause, then the effect is hopefully pure and people will see it and get something from it. In return, they will share what they learned with someone else, and then the world becomes a better place to be. So if you are getting something from this video, I truly want you to share it with someone that you love. Not because it will get me more views, I don't care about that. I just want the people watching to truly receive value and then offer it to the ones they love. It will give them more knowledge and understanding. But you see what I did there? Both cause and effect. You causing someone you love to watch this will in effect let them learn, and voila, the world becomes a better place. The law of cause and effect requires that we take ownership over our lives, the good, the bad, the ugly parts. Thankfully, we have the power to create more of the good. But first, you must take ownership and understand nobody is going to save you. I am where I am because I put myself here. Nobody else. Sure, maybe some people helped me get there because they influenced me in one way or another, but I chose to be influenced by them. Simply by cause, meaning interest, thoughts, actions, to be in that person's energetic field, to be inspired by them. For me to even receive that influence and their presence in your life and the effects they have on your reality and consciousness is the effect. Long-term, short-term, whatever you want it to be. As long as you have the intentions and understanding, you might not even be aware of that. Most people might not even be aware of what it's doing to them. And that's what I'm trying to attempt to share in this video. And all of those things can be applicable to good or bad. And I'm not telling you how to live your life. I'm telling you that you need to understand this law. If you ever want to make anything out of your life, I'm telling you that the ones you're hanging out with are the ones you are becoming. If you don't like yourself, keep yourself in check. If you're feeling like a loser, it's likely you're hanging out with losers. I'm telling you that if you want to be a business tycoon or you want to be anything you want in life, you got to get around those types of people and nurture the relationships with those people to get on the same level, same interest, same path. And then if you're in a room with the same types of people that you're passionate about, you're sharing the same passions and interests with, then you will rise each other. You will raise each other's game. You will get better. You can practice. You can count on each other. You can add value to each other's lives in the most amazing way. And that's, I don't think there's anything more beautiful than that getting on the same vibration, the same level as other people that you truly align with and are passionate about. And making great positive changes for the world. So, and within that, you keep growing. But if you want to be a chef, start hanging out with the best chefs that you can find. Get a job at a restaurant. It doesn't mean people aren't nice. Of course they are nice. But as far as like you might want to, I don't want to leave my old group of people because, just any situation, but you have to evolve into what you're truly passionate about. And if you're truly passionate about it and you're following your own path, then the right people will come along that you can enjoy that path, with. And the other thing, timing is so crucial. You could be right where you're supposed to be, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't understand this law. I didn't become a World Cup champion, national champion, Olympian snowboarder by hanging out with people that played chess. They could have played chess, but no. I snowboarded every day with snowboarders, training our asses off to be the fastest motherfuckers in the world, cause and effect. Training every day since I was 9 years old to become the best action sports athlete in the world, then showed itself outwardly in different opportunities that I got. I'm not saying that I did become that, but I'm saying that there's certain opportunities that may have showed little glimpses of that, and that can be anybody's opinion. I just spent all my time doing what I loved and what I was passionate about. And whether those opportunities presented themselves with Travis and Nitro Circus back in the day, or, getting hired by Google or Nike, or all these things that I've been able to, experience, it was just because I followed the passion of my interest, and it was like the cause of becoming the best version of that I could possibly be within my passions. And then people caught on to that, and that was the effect of that. Somebody, grabbed their attention, this and that. Oh, got hired for this, got da da da. But it was cool. And I'm gonna look back. When I look back on that chapter, I can see how clearly, the law of cause and effect was there. All of that came about because I never forgot who I was, and I stuck to my passions. Now, I wouldn't necessarily recommend that path to my younger self because, it came with beyond indescribable physical and mental pain. All of the shit I've been through, all of the surgeries and injuries and friends that I've lost. But look, that's the territory I chose to be in. Then when you better understand this law of cause and effect, nobody is invincible to this. But regardless of why you're watching this, you need to understand that from a 3-year-old kid, my dad, and this is a personal example, my dad worked in the action sports world, and he would come home from trade shows with these action sports VHS tapes, Creatures of Habit, Crusty Demons, etc. So I was watching all of that at 5 years old. So what do you know? I never truly understood that you become what you think about. I just followed my passions, and I thought that was interesting. And then when I heard the law of cause and effect and truly started to understand it in my early 20s, I realized how obviously real it was. So then I started to design my life very strategically to see what else is possible in this world. Of course, with no intentions to do any harm to the planet or other people, only express myself creatively. Another cause and effect on the world scale are wars. And the reason that I was saying that stuff before, the examples of the action sports stuff, is because I looked around one day when I heard that law and I was like, well, yeah, it's clearly real. It's clearly exactly what I've paid attention to and followed. And obviously everywhere around me is all the people and situations that express themselves in that similar manner. So it was quite obvious to me. Another cause and effect on the world scale are wars, politics, the left and right parties, straight people, gay people, blacks, whites, male, female, just like day and night and winter and summer. Cause and effect is all around us all the time. There's just different situations, and it's not that one's good or one's bad or one's worse than the other. It's just that there's different, systems of opposites, and that's cause and effect of certain things. And unfortunately, there can be really bad things that can happen from that, but there can also be really good things that can happen from that. And it's just kind of this weird, it's like God's reality TV show. There's so many different situations and things and stuff and difference of opinions and stuff like that. But if you can truly look at it from God's perspective, and you're just you kind of just crack a smile and okay, kind of see what's going on from the macro picture. But when you look at within, it's there's a lot of serious stuff happening. There's a lot of interesting things, but it's all based and being governed by the law of cause and effect. There just simply can't be one without the other. And that simply balances out our universe. If you look at anyone, dentists, lawyers, criminals, preschool teachers, etc., they didn't get there by thinking about something else. No, they thought about being a dentist, a lawyer, a criminal, preschool teacher, or just bad things if they wanted to be that. But as far as a criminal goes, they got there by relentless thought habits about that given path, whether they were conscious of it or not. Some people might just be born into that, and it's just what they want to do. They've never thought about anything else. But most people, I would say, I don't know, certain people are conscious of that and certain people aren't. But who you are is the cause, and the life you have is the effect. Said differently, your reality is a reflection of the person you are being inside and out. Your beliefs, thoughts, intentions, desires, etc. The causes you initiate impact what you will get in return. If you put out more abundant causes into the world, that is when you will receive more in return. Who you are internally determines the cause you create, and the effect is your compensation for the cause you created. Your expectation helps shape your reality, regardless of whether the intentions are good or bad, because the good or bad doesn't care to the universe. The universe is neutral to those words. It doesn't care. In a war, the good guys for one country are always the bad guys in another country. Politicians are good and bad, depending on which values are prioritized. So these terms are arbitrary. What matters is the intent behind our actions. It's about how we perceive our actions. If we believe our actions are good, that is what we get. If we believe our actions are bad, that is what we get. This is why seemingly bad people can accumulate whatever they want. They usually do not perceive themselves as bad, but they perceive themselves in whatever way they want. And so the universe reacts and responds to that exactly.